welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Steven Johnson, and I'll tell you what, Steve, we're going to talk in depth about this fight last night that happened on Mexican Independence Day between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. Okay? I'm telling you what, been into boxing forever, all my life, okay? Forever. As a boxer, as a trainer, small-time promoter. And after this fight last night, Steve, I just got to tell you, it's the first time my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. I mean, I had to go take me some Pepto-Bismol. I mean, because, you know, let's talk about the fight, and then I'm going to vent off about how where this boxing game is going to, because it's getting ridiculous, okay? It really is getting ridiculous. Here we had a couple of fighters that trained hard. You know, we followed the training all the way leading to this fight. Both fighters were in excellent shape, had their six packs, had everything, made weight at 160. I mean, this had all the makings of a very, very good fight. And then all of a sudden, you can see right off the bat from number one round when the bell rang, Canelo comes out and starts doing the skip to my Lou, my darling. Okay? So obviously, right then and there, I knew Canelo was going to be in trouble. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because on the trainer's point, I always tell my fighters, if you're going to be a world champion, you never change your style.
Exactly.
You make your opponent change his. You take him out of his game.
Exactly.
And before one punch was thrown,
he was on the move.
Canelo had changed his style.
Yep.
He had changed the style to what he felt would beat Triple G.
Yeah.
So he skipped to Maluan, you know, and he couldn't even do that right. I mean, he didn't even look like a boxer. I mean, he was like skipping. He couldn't throw a punch while he was moving if he wanted to. Okay, he did settle down, but that kind of set the pace of how this fight was going. Okay, where Triple G was, and it took Triple G a couple of rounds to get loose and shaking and get serious about trying to land his punches, because it took him a while before he started to land any punches with any kind of authority. But go ahead, tell us your take on the fight, and let's give analysis of how this fight went. Did it go the way you basically thought it was going to go, as far as two top contenders, two champions?
Well, first of all, let me thank my neighbors, the Hernandezes.
Okay.
I was prepared to go over to my brother's house and watch the fight. They caught me early in the afternoon. Originally, we were going to be up in the mountains, Kathy and I. And they said, come on over, we're going to have Mexican food, we're going to watch the fight. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So to walk across the street was nice for me. I didn't have to go far at all. I go into their home. They've always been gracious hosts. House full of Mexicans and Mexican Americans that are for Canelo.
Good.
Okay, they asked me, I said, I thought Triple G would win, but I would like to see Canelo win just for Mexican Independence Day, because Floyd has always ruined that for Mexican fighters for so long. Anyway, exactly as you said, the fight starts off, we all see the same thing. We're like, what is he doing? I mean, what's he doing? This is not Canelo. Okay.
And you're talking about his countrymen.
His countrymen.
Okay.
They're all saying, what is he doing? He's like you said, skip to Malou. He's going over ring around the rosy, doing all this, and it's like, wow, man. But his speed, hand and foot speed, was so glaringly obvious, superior to Triple G, that I kind of was like, well, let me see how long he's going to be able to do this. Okay, because with Triple G, with everybody that he's fought, they all do something different, but eventually they get caught. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit ahead, because we're going to break this fight down, like you said, individually. But I really want to talk about how these scorecards now from these judges have really started to ruin boxing. And when I say ruin, I'm there used to be a time we used to kind of make it light, make a joke of it, where we say, hey, hold on, we got to wait and see what these judges say.
Yeah.
Well, now it's become more circus-like, that it really is. I mean, Adelaide Bird, and to be honest with you, Aurelio, this lady's been part of controversies before, and to hear the Nevada State Athletic Commissioner, the head, and to hear Oscar De La Hoya stand up in the post-conference interviews and defend her, I think it's abhorrent completely. And I don't see how, sometimes you got to call a spade, and you got to be able to say, hey, you know what, this judge was way off, And not, you can't just say,
I know,
they had a bad night.
Let's save that for the second segment.
Well,
because I got a whole, I got a whole thing about that scoring, Adelaide Bird and the rest of them, okay? Because that's what made my stomach hurt. Not the fight.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fight.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fight. It was.
But do you think Canelo won?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. It wasn't even close. Okay. But anyway, analyzing the fight itself. Okay. Canelo did what he had to do the first round. The skip to Malou could have went either way. Okay. Just depend. And no one can argue that. You had one guy dancing, and like you say, Canelo's game is his speed. Okay. If he'd have just forgot, I don't know who was training him and told him to do this, but they need to get fired because Canelo Alvarez is so much faster than Triple G that if he'd have just stood with his own style and used his speed, the fast jab, the fast combination with the angles, with the side movement, he would have just frustrated and tagged Triple G, probably blackened his eye, maybe opened the cut. I mean,
that wasn't going to happen.
But that was his game. I mean, his whole game outlook changed, and I don't know why. So eventually, you're going to get caught.
Okay? You know what happened? He knew he couldn't stand under that pressure, and once he got hit in that third round, and it was like you said, it was a short punch that came just a flash, but it changed his whole attitude. It was like, wow, man, this boy can hit, and he backed up. I mean, you know, and you know what? I think it was the seventh round where Canelo actually gave that punch where he drops his head like he knocked out Amir Khan.
Yep. And
they showed it in slow motion. He hit Triple G, his ears flashed forward and everything. He walked right through it. He came right back on him. And I think, you know what, we've talked about it before. Every fighter at some point comes where he gets in there with that immovable object, right?
Yep.
Triple G was that immovable object last night for Canelo. And he knew that all he could do was try to box. He was in self-defense mode, man. There was no. He wasn't like, I'm going to get this guy. He was in self-defense mode.
He was in survival mode.
Exactly.
There was just no possible way that Canelo would have had to go into the back room and shoot himself if he would have gotten knocked out on Mexican Independence Day. With the entire country of Mexico and the 6 billion Mexicans that live in the United States and all over the country watching him. Had he gotten knocked out, that would have been it.
Let me
so he just couldn't let that happen. So whatever.
Let me say this. Everyone here knows that forever I've been a Canelo fan, opposite of Aurelio, who's talked about that yellow streak. I saw that yellow streak literally come up his back last night. And in the post-fight comments in the ring, the yellow streak just took over the whole thing. I mean, it's like, really, man.
I'm going to tell you, there's no doubt in my mind, had this fight been fought at another time and another date, okay? And I'm saying away from Mexican Independence Day, away from the Mexican pride, and I'm talking about the fans, the Mexican people. Canelo gets stopped, okay? But he just could not. He had to do what he had to do to them last rounds when he'd come in and he'd have maybe a minute where he'd go strong.
Yeah.
But that was all mind, man. That was all heart and instinct and everything else. That was pride. I mean, that was pride. But like, you're right. He just knew he was in the ring with somebody that was getting ready to take his head off. So
I over the time I've been a big proponent of saying turn the volume down.
Yeah.
There was one point last night where I was glad I had volume. I don't care about Lampley and Roy Jones, and I don't care about them. There were 3 points, and that was in the 9th, 10th, and 11th rounds, where you got to hear Canelo's trainer lean into him, and he said, "Come on, man, what are you doing? Come on, you got to step it up. You got to go." They were in desperation mode.
Absolutely.
They were telling him, "You got to go." And then Oscar De La Hoya must have sent a note up to him or something, because in the 12th round, before they start the round, he looks at Canelo and he says, "You got this." And I'm like, what? And everybody there with me was like, what is he talking about?
He probably got the wing.
Crazy, man.
He probably got the wing from Oscar or
he sent D-Hop over there and told him, said, "Hey, man, tell this dude, he can't be negative. He's got to be positive about
10 seconds. 10 seconds, and then we'll go to the second.
Well, we're going to continue on the second segment.
But anyway, overall, okay, take away the commentating, take away the scorecards, the judges and all that. We actually had an entertaining fight.
Not great.
It didn't come close to a Duran,
No.
a Sugar Ray Leonard,
No.
or Leonard or Tommy Hearns. It didn't come close to any of that stuff. Okay,
No.
but still, it was an entertaining fight. It was a good fight. You had two warriors in there that were not going to give up. Okay, fight to the finish. Give it their all. You know, one person's all was way above. One was just where it was standard. It's a shame. It's a shame that there has to be this big dark cloud that covers this fight, and it has to come from people that never stepped into the ring. These officials. Adelaide Bird is an embarrassment. The Letterman before the fight, when he was analyzing the judges, said she was good and she would do good and she would do justice. And I know right now he's choking on his breakfast because that was pathetic. That was pathetic. And I'm going to tell you what, they were all pathetic because it was not a one-round fight. Okay? It was not a two-round fight. It's just do what you do. Just do your job, okay? And we're going to come back and talk about on the next segment. We're going to continue on this fight, but we're going to talk about boxing, and we're going to talk about these scorecards. We're going to talk about these officiating. We're going to talk about everything and what has to be done to stop this. I don't even have the word to say because. What can you say? It's
an embarrassment to the sport.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and it has to be something has to be done about it.
But there's no shame. No shame in their game. They can care less.
None.
Okay?
Okay.
But anyway, guys, come back. We're going to come back and continue. So, just like we always do, Steve.
Hey,
Keep them hands up.
keep
And
them
we'll
up,
see
baby.
you in a few.
You got it.